As we begin to wind down our time together, let's refocus on what makes special education special.
Line consider taking a few notes that may come in handy for our workbook and team activities.
Special education teachers utilize specially designed instruction, SDI, to adapt and tailor instruction to meet the unique needs of students with disabilities, ensuring they can access and make progress towards the general education curriculum. SDI is not simply differentiation or accommodations, it's a specific individualized approach that directly addresses a student's IEP goals and the impact of their disability.
What is specially designed instruction, SDI?
Specially designed instruction, commonly referred to as SDI, is the backbone of individualized support for students with disabilities. Our goal? To meet students exactly where they are and help them succeed in accessing grade-level content. So, when we discuss SDI, we refer to intentional changes in how we teach, including the additional content we present, the way we present it, and the support we provide to students in accessing it. SDI is a critical service that helps students with disabilities access, engage in, and make progress in the general education curriculum. SDI is not a separate program. It is tailored instruction that is individually designed based on the student's disability-related needs. This instruction is special because it's custom designed based on a student's IEP and evolving needs. Pause and let's be clear. Accommodations alone do not count as SDI. While accommodations remove barriers to learning, SDI is direct instruction, targeted, intensive, and necessary for a student to make meaningful progress. These changes are made intentionally and are designed to meet the individual needs of students with disabilities. It's not a one-time fix, but a proactive and ongoing process. It's flexible and adapts as the student's needs evolve. The goal is to remove barriers so the student can access learning.
We are not talking about a one-time and done approach, but rather a proactive and ongoing process. SDI is not a fixed strategy, it's a fluid framework that we adapt as the student grows.
Why do we use SDI? Because every student deserves access to the general education curriculum, and for some, this means we need to adjust the path. SDI helps us do just that. It's how we ensure students with disabilities meet academic standards while still honoring their unique learning profiles. SDI is applied to all parts of a student's school day, in the classroom, during specials, in transitions, and even with social interactions. It's about more than academics. It's about access and the belief that every student can learn. They just may need us to teach it differently.
How do we design and provide SDI? Specially designed instruction must be urgent, intentional, and responsive to data. Delivering SDI requires us to think outside the box. This is where creativity comes in. It begins by understanding how the student learns best. Are they visual learners? Do they benefit from hands-on instruction? Do they need auditory supports? SDI is how we look at the lesson and identify challenging moments, those places where the student may get stuck. Then we plan accordingly. SDI is delivered where and when it is needed, as specified in the IEP. That could be during core instruction, within small groups, or embedded in functional routines throughout the school day. And important reminder that SDI is not defined by how long a student is in a class, but by the time required to provide the specialized instruction that directly addresses IEP goals. If you are worried about how to deliver SDI, just think of it as a roadmap. 1. We need to think creatively. Sometimes standard instruction won't work. We ask, how does this student learn best? 2. Look for difficult moments in the lesson where they might get stuck, and we plan supports around those moments. 3. Collaborate with other staff, align instruction to IEP goals, and constantly reflect. If it's not working, we ask what needs to be done differently. 4. We use multisensory strategies, chunk materials into smaller parts, use visual aids, and adapt our teaching to match the students' learning needs. 5. Constantly reflect. If the strategy didn't work, what needs to change? Then we try again. And again, and again. Don't just settle doing what you have always done. SDI isn't about perfection, it's about persistence and thoughtful problem solving. Who? Since SDI is the nuts and bolts of the IEP. In case you did not know, SDI refers to the services a certified ESE teacher or licensed related service provider provides to students. Who? Delivering SDI is where we all have to work together. Licensed special education teachers or other licensed specialists in related services can create SDI. General education teachers are responsible for creating the differentiated instruction, or DI, which in some cases may resemble SDI for the general education students. But Gen Ed teachers may provide SDI only within a collaborative model of teaching. The ESE teacher is the expert, and as such, the responsibility falls on them to plan, create, and deliver instruction that meets individual needs. Paraprofessionals may support SDI, but cannot provide it. Their role is to reinforce instruction under the direct supervision of the ESE teacher. For example, a special education teacher and a general education teacher may co-plan a language arts block together, ensuring all students with and without disabilities are supported. In these cases, the special education teacher retains responsibility for delivering and monitoring SDI aligned to the IEP.
Thanks, Liam and Arabella, for taking us through the SDI and discovering the what, why, how, and who of supporting our students with IEPs in need of specialized instruction to meet their goals. I'm going to help us land this plane by talking about how to ensure that SDI is working. Monitoring progress by using solid data supports instructional decision-making. Progress monitoring is essential to ensure fidelity of implementation and to adjust instruction as needed. This involves repeated assessments linked to IEP goals, comparing student growth to expected benchmarks, collaborative team reviews to evaluate effectiveness, making informed decisions about adjusting instruction, goals, or services. So now you should feel much more comfortable with the what, why, how, and who's of SDI. Remember, SDI must be proactive and intentional, not incidental. For example, simply encouraging a student to use social skills during math class is not SDI, unless those skills are part of a deliberate instructional plan. Final thoughts. Specially designed instruction is the heart of special education. It ensures that students with disabilities receive what they need, not just to access the curriculum, but to thrive in it. When planned, delivered, and monitored with intention, SDI becomes a powerful tool for equity, inclusion, and success. Let's commit to delivering SDI with urgency, precision, and purpose for every learner who needs it. Thanks for tuning in.